It's February 22nd, and I'm Bailey Gardner.
And I'm Jacob Latimer.
Here with this year's 15th episode of the CCN. Today we'll go in depth with Matt and Jen, and in honor of the scheduling season, we'll go in depth on several more of the pathways.
On top of all that, Bailey and I will tell you everything you need to know about important school announcements. It's time for the CCN.
Imagine this county.
Scheduling time.
Oh!
Genesis, calm down.
No, Madison, because I don't know what to do with the rest of my life. I don't know what career I want. I don't know anything.
Well, let's look at pathways that might help you. See, pathways to your future.
Here with Mr. Rutledge in the Carpentry Pathway, and I'm going to ask him, what do you do in the Carpentry Pathway, and what can those planning to follow this pathway expect from it?
In the Carpentry Pathway, we try to prepare kids to be able to frame a house from the ground up. So they're going to be working on framing all the way to the finishing product, and that way whenever they go out in the field after school, they can hopefully get a job in the industry and be very successful there.
All right, cut it. Who would you recommend this pathway to?
I would recommend this pathway to anybody that is interested in carpentry or learning a trade that they can use even at home. They don't have to necessarily go into the industry, but if it's something that everybody has a house to work on or something to work on, and it would give them skills that they could use, lifelong skills that they could use down the road.
All right, so how can this pathway better prepare you for your future?
It gives them lifelong skills that they could use for the rest of their lives, and teaches them how to work with their hands, and it also makes them where they're not intimidated about tackling jobs.
Hi, I'm Caleb Denny, and I'm with
Scott Herschelman.
And today we're going to be interviewing him with the Auto Tech Pathway. What do you do in the Auto Tech Pathway, and what can those planning to follow this pathway expect from it?
Well, in the Auto Pathway, we work on a series of tasks that the industry kind of demands of us, or what they want us to try to teach young people and how they can learn and what tasks they can learn. So we work off those tasks, basically all different systems on the car, learn how they operate and how to diagnose and how to repair them. The pathway can lead to all kinds of different careers, but you know, you can be a mechanic or automotive technician, or you could be a parts supplier, or you could be a service manager or somebody like that works in administration. You could be an automotive engineer that builds and designs cars, all kinds of different pathways that you can lead to from this program.
Next question. Who would you recommend this pathway to?
Well, this pathway is open to anybody that's usually like interested in technical things or mechanical things or likes to work with their hands. They usually enjoy that type of stuff. You know, when I got interested in it, I like to take things apart, fix them, put them back together again. So usually people that are interested in that hands-on activity, male or female, it's a good pathway to get involved with.
Next question. What will you gain in the future from this pathway?
Well, you can learn the skills it takes to repair cars. There's always job openings for mechanics and technicians. It's like an unlimited field, you know. So you could develop that skill, at least get to the entry-level skill where you could become entry-level technician and work in a car dealership or any kind of repair facility, diesel mechanics, other branch off into all kinds of different mechanical fields. So, and like I said, I was talking about to some of my kids earlier, you could also develop into management skills. That's what I did. I started out as an entry-level technician, was an auto mechanic, and got to be a master auto mechanic, and then I went into service management, and then I ended up here teaching. So it can branch out into all different possibilities. An automotive engineer, a parts specialist. You could work for Ford or Mercedes or something like that, you know. Wide open field for male and female.
How can this pathway better prepare yourself for the future?
Well, it helps you in a lot of ways. I mean, for one thing, you develop that mechanical ability and knowledge about your car, so helps you actually repair your car yourself, or it helps you to start a career in the automotive field, either as an auto technician or like we talked about before, an automotive engineer or a parts specialist. Just gains more knowledge about the automotive field and the automotive machine itself. So even if you don't stay with that career pathway, it helps you learn more about your own car, that you can do your own maintenance, or you know better about when somebody tries to sell you repairs or something like that. You just know more about your own car. So a lot of ways it helps you.
Prepare you for a career in the business field, and everything's a business. So it's pretty much anything. If you've ever thought about owning your own business or working for a corporation, any of those aspects, being an accountant, being a manager, any personal finance, financial advisor, any of those things. So you need to take well, actually, you're lucky because you already taken a business class. You're going to take computer apps your freshman year, and that counts as a business class. So then you have to take accounting and finance foundations.
Okay. Who would you recommend this pathway to?
Well, anybody who has any aspirations to go into the business world, and it could be anybody that knows right away that they want to be a personal finance person, or an accountant, a CPA, a manager, or even if you want to be a mechanic and own your own business, or you're going to be in retail sales or anything like that. So it's a very vast array of options to choose from.
Okay. What can taking this pathway earn you for the future?
Well, if you take this pathway, it's going to prepare you for a major in business, and 50% of all students in all colleges major in business. So more than likely, it will help you in your business and your college career. And then from there, the sky's the limit. You can do pretty much anything you want with a business degree.
How can this pathway better prepare you for the future?
Well, one of the things I like about the pathway is you have to take accounting and finance foundations, and in that class we start with personal finance. So how to budget for yourself, how to balance your checkbook, how to what are credit cards and how do they work, and how do you get a home loan, and how do you pay for a car, and that just those general things that will help propel you to be an adult in general, that we don't necessarily get to teach you in math classes anymore because it's so core content focused. So hopefully I think anybody could take this class and get something out of it. And you know, accounting is the study of money, and who doesn't like money?
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kirsten. I'm here interviewing Mr. Sexton about the engineering pathway. Okay, so what do you do in the engineering pathway, and what can those planning to follow this pathway expect from it?
Okay, I teach the Principles of Engineering course, which is the second class in the engineering career pathway. The first class is Introduction to Engineering Design, and Caleb Payton teaches that. Then I teach Principles of Engineering, and then after you get out of my class, you can either go into civil or you can go into electronics, which Mr. Payton teaches both those classes.
Okay. Who would you recommend this pathway to, like interest and personality-wise?
If you are good in math and you like figuring out how to take things apart and how they work or put them together, if you're a person who's hands-on, you like to build stuff, engineering could be a good career for you, especially if you are a young lady, because the engineering field has been predominantly dominated by men. And companies out there will throw a lot of money at a young lady to consider becoming an engineer.
What can taking this pathway earn for your future?
Great money. Money isn't everything, but 2 years ago I was considering going back into the engineering field. And the reason I was considering it was because I have an industrial engineering background, and my wife works with the company, and their human resources person told her that industrial engineers coming out of college, no experience, $85,000 a year. and that's a little bit more than what a teacher makes. So I actually considered going back into the engineering field 2 years ago, and just decided not to. I'm happy where I'm at. I've got a couple more years and then I'm going to retire.
All right, last question. How can this pathway better prepare you for the future?
It can set you up for a really good livelihood. I spent 25 years as an engineer. I earned a lot of money, had money to burn, took nice vacations. I have a nice house, and it can be a rewarding field. Again, money is not everything. So if you're not happy doing what you're doing, you need to find something else to do. Case in point, I'm happy as a teacher. I don't need the $85,000 a year as an engineer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Keith Stone. I'm the IT teacher here at CT unit at the high school. I teach two pathways, security and computer programming. In the computer programming, we teach, or I teach, intro to computer or game design, advanced game designs, and software development, and also game and mobile app development. In the security, I teach hardware and security and intro to hacking, ethical hacking, and advanced ethical hacking.
What can you do in the marketing pathway, and what can people that want to take it expect from it?
People who take the marketing pathway should expect a lot of excitement and a lot of fun. Okay, so we are really creative, and we get to create all these beautiful shirt designs, and we get to sell things to people. We get to learn how to take inventory. We learn how to make change and keep the cash register. So we learn real life skills, and it's all like a ton of fun. You just ask anybody who's in marketing.
Who would you recommend this pathway to personality-wise?
Personality-wise, you need to be somebody who is, you can be outgoing or you can be kind of quiet. Either way is fine. Typically, people who enjoy marketing are outgoing, though, a lot of times. You learn how to talk to people. You learn how to sell things. Somebody who's creative. Creativity always helps. Somebody who is a self-starter and can take initiative. But those are also things that we learn. So if you enjoy shopping or advertisements, you will probably enjoy marketing class. In this pathway, you learn skills that are going to be important to you in the future. Most people will at some point work in some type of customer service. So you're going to learn how to talk to people, and no matter if you're running the concession stand at a ball game or if you have a job as a cashier, you're going to need to know how to make change. You're going to need to know how to count back change to people and how to talk to people. And so that's one of the things that you will learn in marketing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, I'm Cameron, and I'm interviewing Miss Lancaster about the agriculture pathway. What do you do in the ag pathway?
Well, in the ag pathway, there are three different options that students have when they enter agriculture education classes. We have an environmental science pathway, an animal science pathway, and we have a horticulture pathway. So what we like to do is we like to make learning applicable to real life situations to our students. So we have a wonderful greenhouse lab that students enrolled in our horticulture pathways have access to. We also have a 14-acre land lab that students in our ag classes have access to get some hands-on learning. And then we also have our shop laboratory that students, we take out there for hands-on learning as well. We have some really cool things out in the greenhouse that are new. We have an aquaculture facility out there, so we're trying to teach students about sustainable farming, and we also do hydroponics out there, so we have a bunch of hands-on opportunities for students in the ag pathway.
Well, that's pretty neat. Who would you recommend this pathway to?
Well, agriculture is everywhere around us, so there's not like one set student, like one profile that I can say that agriculture fits, because agriculture affects our life from the time you get up out of bed every morning and brush your teeth to the time you go to bed at night. So students that are interested in, obviously animals, if they're interested in plants, working with plants, any type of research with animals or plants, I would say agriculture would be the perfect fit. It seems like one of the most popular career choices among students is they all want to be veterinarians. So we are your one-stop shop for that because we have a very exclusive animal science pathway that's tailored toward that. Then we also have our environmental science pathway for students that are more interested in the research. We'll have a wildlife management class that's going to be offered next year that's going to be really cool. So, I would say anybody that has a general interest within agriculture or, know definitely that they want to be involved with agriculture past high school.
That's pretty neat. What can taking this pathway earn you for the future?
Well, we have some COSA exams that students take, and we just recently got industry certification exams approved for our area. That's one thing that we haven't had in the past. So students can get endorsements from industry certifications. They can get endorsements from floral design. They can get endorsements from the animal science industry. So that's something new that has come our way that we're really excited about. The students can have the opportunity to take. Obviously, whenever a student passes COSA, they get 3 hours free college credit if they earn a 70% or better on their COSA exam. So there's a lot of incentives. We offer some dual credit classes down here with the Henderson Community College and Murray State University through their Racer Academy. So those are some other things that students can get involved with as well.
How can this pathway better prepare you for the future?
Well, agriculture, like I said earlier, is all around us. So just becoming more aware of agriculture in everyday life can be beneficial to anybody. And then if you are looking for a career choice within agriculture, we have 3 pathways that will set you up to do basically anything that may be of interest to a student.
Oh, that's all we got today. Thanks, Ms. Lancaster.
What can you do in the manufacturing pathway, and what can those planning to follow this pathway expect from it?
In this pathway, you can run CNC mills, CNC lathes. We have Prototrack mills. Expecting from it, you can expect to possibly co-op your senior year, get the training for our local machine trade in this area. We have a lot of companies in this area that offer machining.
Who would you recommend this pathway to, interest and personality-wise?
Anybody that wants to work with their hands. Anybody can do it, men, women. Just have to be able to work with your hands and somewhat like math.
What can taking this pathway earn you for the future, and how can it better prepare you for the future?
This pathway, you can earn a NIMS accreditation. It's nationally recognized accreditation where you are certified in doing a specific skill. We have skills from bench work to drill press to CNC, all the above.
Thank you.
That really helped me a lot. Thanks, Madison.
You're welcome, Genesis.
If you would like to see these interviews again in order to decide your destiny, remember we have a YouTube channel where you can view them anytime you want. We will also have them collected with other pathways we've explored this year.
Let's talk about some school announcements.
Attention all juniors interested in co-oping in your CTE area next school year. Co-op guidelines and applications are available in the Tech Unit office in the T200 hall. You must complete all the guidelines, complete the application, and turn in your cover letter and resume. All applications are due to the Tech office by March 2nd, 2018. No late applications will be accepted. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your CTE teacher.
Gamer night is this Friday after school until 9. Bring money for pizza, snacks, and drinks. $5 entry fee, $2.50 if you're an FBLA member.
This is the last week for students with incoming 8th grade siblings next year to request a unit placement. Forms are available at the Student Services office. 8th grade unit placements will be announced the Friday before spring break. So, if you actually like your siblings, get that request in.
Thank you for tuning into this week's flux-capacitated episode of the CCN. Stay tuned after our sign-off for information on how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
As always, we'll be back next time letting you know what's going on in your world. Have a great day, County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
And I'm Bailey Gardner.
As always, we'll be back next time letting you know what's
how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter,
and Day County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
And YouTube.
As always,
And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing
we'll be back next time letting you know what's
out. On how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter,
in Dade County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
and YouTube.
As always,
And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing
we'll be back next time letting you know what's
out. On how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter,
in Dade County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
and YouTube.
As always,
And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing
we'll be back next time letting you know what's
out. On how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter,
in Dade County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
and YouTube.
As always,
And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing
we'll be back next time letting you know what's
out. On how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter,
in Dade County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
and YouTube.
As always,
And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing
we'll be back next time letting you know what's
out. On how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter,
in Dade County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
and YouTube.
As always,
And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing
we'll be back next time letting you know what's
out. On how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter,
in Dade County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
and YouTube.
As always,
And I'm Bailey Gardner, signing
we'll be back next time letting you know what's
out. On how you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter,
in Dade County. I'm Jacob Latimer.
and YouTube.